Hey, what's up everyone, Bubblekinks here, and today we're going to be talking about Fernando and his two legendary cards, Chitinous and Evolve. These are both legendary cards that Fernando have that both achieve similar things but in different ways. And I'm going to do the maths to show you which one is better and in what situations. So let's have a look at both of these cards. First we have Chitinous, and what this does, it increases your maximum health by 140 for each minute this card is active, and it increases by 10 every time you rank it up. So this can be a maximum of 180 per minute. Now this is, it looks like a pretty good card. You think, I'm going to have unlimited health in the late game, I'm going to be super tanky, no one's going to be able to kill me. And it overall looks like a pretty good card. It doesn't look like you can go wrong with it. The longer the game goes, the stronger you get. And the next card we have here is Evolve. And this increases your base maximum health by 35%. And this increases by 5% per rank. Now this is a pretty standard card as well. There's nothing, hidden, there's no hidden powder. It just straight up increases your health. So to see which one of these legendary cards are better, we're going to have to look at Fernando and his base HP. Fernando has a base HP of 3,500. This means Evolve, with the 35% of base maximum health bonus, it's going to give you an extra 1,225 HP. This gives you a total health with Evolve, with no rank points in Evolve, of 4,725. Now for Chitinous, at rank 0, which means it has no rank points in it, it's going to give you 140 HP per minute. This means for Chitinous to equal the same amount of HP as Evolve, it is going to have to be 8.75 minutes into the game. While these stats are important, it's also important to look at the max rank, as legendary cards are usually the first cards most people upgrade in their build. So at max rank, Evolve is going to give you 55% of your base HP, and this equals 1,925. So at max rank with Evolve, you'll have a total HP on Fernando of 5,425, which is a 700 HP increase from the rank 0 Evolve. So how does this compare to max rank Chitinous? So at max rank, Chitinous gives 180 HP per minute. This means it'll be equal to the Evolve max rank HP bonus at 10.7 minutes. So what this means is the more points you put in your legendary card, the worse Chitinous becomes compared to Evolve, as the time it takes for the Chitinous bonus HP to equal Evolve's bonus HP becomes longer than at the base ranks. This means that Chitinous is worse than Evolve most of the time, as the average game length is usually between 10 and 15 minutes in Capture and Siege. So by the time Chitinous has more HP bonus than Evolve, the game could already be over, or it could pretty much be like right at the end, where the extra 100 HP won't really matter. Chitinous will also make you weaker in the early game. So in the early game, when you have no stacks of Chitinous, you're around 1,000 HP down compared to the other Fernando. So this means it'll be harder to fight in team fights, and on capture points you'll lose XP as you're probably dying more, or you won't be able to take the same advantages as in the early game as the other Fernando. So you'll lose XP, you'll lose capture points, and you'll just be set further behind in levels than the other Fernando. And what this means is, by the time you get to the point in the game where Chitinous is better than Evolve, you might be so far behind in XP that you're actually weaker with Chitinous than the Evolve Fernando, just because he has more rank points in his cards. So when is Chitinous better than Evolve? So there are some very specific situations where Chitinous is better than Evolve. Obviously there's the obvious one where if the meta changes or a patch comes out, which increases the game length significantly, say like 5 or 10 minutes, this will increase the time that the Fernando can take advantage of the increased HP in the late game to outweigh the disadvantage he gets at the start of the game from having 1,000 less HP. However, there could also be another scenario where Chitinous is better than Evolve. So at base rank, so when Chitinous and Evolve have no points in it, the difference between Evolve and Chitinous is only 8.75 minutes. So at 8.75 minutes, Chitinous will have the same amount of HP as Evolve. And this is 2 minutes less than at max rank. So if there is a build where you don't put any points into the legendary cards for some reason, say it's a build that revolves around the epic and common and uncommon and rare cards, and not around the legendary cards, it might actually be better to take Chitinous than Evolve. However, I don't think in this scenario it will be better. I think the game still have to be a bit longer for a build like this to work. And there currently is no card that revolve heavily around the, epic and rare cards and uncommon cards to the point where you don't have to put any points in your legendary. So I don't think we'll be seeing Chitinous in that type of build anytime soon. However, if in the future when they bring out more cards, it might be a viable option. So overall, Evolve is just much better than Chitinous, as it gives you the advantage in the early game, and the time that Chitinous becomes useful or better than Evolve, it's already so late in the game that most games are already over or just about to be finished, and you don't really get to use the advantage of the extra HP in the late game. So the ways I see it buffing this card, Chitinous, is to increase the HP per rank in the card. So currently you get 10 HP per rank in the card, and I think this should be increased maybe to 20 or 30, because currently the card gets worse compared to Evolve the more points that are put in it, which doesn't really make sense because Chitinous is supposed to be better than Evolve in the late game. So for example, you can see at base rank it takes 8.75 minutes for Chitinous to equal the same HP as Evolve. However, at max rank it takes 10.7 minutes for Chitinous to equal Evolve. And that's just silly. Like, a late game card shouldn't be getting worse the more points you put in it compared to early game card. It just doesn't really make sense. Anyway, I'm interested to hear your guys' opinions on the two cards, or if you have a different opinion to mine, just put it in the comments and it'll be nice to discuss it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.